We're in Memphis, Tennessee at the New Hope Urban Gardens. This is a product of the New Hope Christian Academy. They believe in the outdoor classroom as a teaching element for their children. They are pre-K through the 6th grade. We are now in the sensory garden, but before we go through those 5 senses, I want to introduce you to David Vaughn. Now, this garden has a name, doesn't it?
It does. We're standing in the middle of the mandala garden, and the name for that refers to the way in which the pathways are designed. If you look, you're actually standing at the entrance of one of the keyholes. So each pathway leads to a keyhole bed.
Or like a horseshoe, maybe.
Yeah, very similar. And those are connected in a circle. So there are a number of keyholes connected all the way in a circle, and it kind of allows children to be surrounded by plants.
You know, we just said the urban. We already know that we just heard the truck taking away the debris. So there may be background noises to show where we really are.
That's right.
Okay, now introduce me to those 5 senses you've got covered here.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest one for students, and certainly the one that you pick up on right as you walk in, is the sense of smell. So we have a number of different plants that touch this. In fact, if you look back here, the 2 shrubs that kind of mark the entrance, they're the Osmanthus fragrans, which is the tea olive, fragrant tea olive. And depending on the time of year, October is really when it peaks, but it also flowers in the spring. It literally, you can smell it from all over the garden.
Okay, now what's the next one?
The sense of sight is pretty evident, right? So we have a lot of colors. It's very loud in here, and we try to touch on all the primary colors, but we also want the interaction of colors, so contrasts. One contrast I really like is the combination of the eucalyptus, the shiny silvery foliage with the bee balm.
Yes.
The bee balm is starting to fade a little bit, but when it peaks, it is unbelievable.
I see you have the hummingbird feeder, and there's nothing any more joyful than to hear that hummingbird make its little squeak and hear the sound of those wings as they are fluttering about. So now give me another example.
Yeah, a lot of Rudbeckia maxima, the giant coneflower here.
Aren't they
those are a
wonderful?
goldfinch draw, which is another kind of cool sensory thing. Not only the noise of the goldfinch, but watching them, that kind of deep yellow.
Yes. Well, we have the sense of touch.
That's right. So we have a lot of lamb's ear, which is obviously a huge hit with the really soft, shiny leaves. But students' favorite, and what most students gravitate towards when they come into this garden, is Mimosa pudica. It's the sensitive plant here. And you can see it self-sows every year, so we actually don't have to replant it. But this is one of those that is absolutely incredible for students to feel and to see
look at that.
the reaction of the plant.
I've never seen it. Oh, look, it's just all dying right before our eyes. I've never seen it used like that as a little ground cover.
You know, we could thin it and let it it grows kind of like a vine, but we actually prefer it to be this mass. And I think students will kind of surround this whole section. So it's a really neat way to show not only the sense of touch, but also plants' defense mechanism.
System. Well, as I walk through here with you, David, I know plants, and I know that there is a lot of things that go into the ground here. How do you get all of this together? Do you participate with the school children?
So I'm kind of behind the scenes with such an expansive space. My job is really to keep things functioning, but we do have mass plantings with students every May after they are finished with testing. We get every grade level out. Every grade level puts a different seed in the ground. We also have an intensive garden club that meets about 20 to 25 students after school. And they are upper school students who work very specifically with the mulching, with the composting, with planting. So all of the sweet peppers here were planted by our garden club students. And so that's more of the intensive, hands-on approach.
You say intensive, but for me, it says that you had students that really got into what they were being taught about the garden.
Yeah.
They wanted to go further.
Right.
And you know, this white cleome, you don't see that very often in that white color. That's so pretty.
I've had a lot of people comment on the cleome, and we use it also as a trap crop for harlequin beetles, which really go after our greens this time of year.
But I've been walking all this time to reach some berries.
This is definitely one of the coolest aspects of the overall design of this space. We really struggled when we first talked about building a space here with the fence. So this fence didn't exist 6 years ago. None of the trees existed. In fact, this was just a grass lot. But we knew that we wanted our students to feel safe. We wanted to kind of cut that traffic because a lot of people cut through. So this was a way to both engage the community and also make it inviting. So we don't pick any of the thornless blackberries on the other side of this fence. But in midsummer, you can't see the street, which is pretty incredible, but also you can hear people talking. People come and pick berries over there all the time. I had a MLG&W truck stop the other day as I was leaving. I saw them picking. I've had the City of Memphis bus stop and pick berries. So it's been really neat to see that interaction with the community.
You know, you keep saying we. Somebody had a dream. This is the dream child of Mrs. Ramsey.
Mrs. Ramsey, so imagine your champion teacher gardener, and then think about that times like 100. She had been eyeing this space for over 10 years. The school had owned it, but because of the heavy slope, they decided not to build on it. And so things just kind of fell into place. The leadership changed at the school. The new principal wanted to put a lot more attention and money into outdoor education, saw the potential here, and I was coming back from abroad. She knew I had experience, and so it kind of fell into place.
And you were brought on board.
I was brought on board. So this is all based around the slope, which is really neat. If you look at the way that the beds curve, we have actual swales dug out that catch the runoff water in front of each of these beds.
Called erosion control.
Erosion
all the way
control,
down,
right.
you?
Bald cypress grove in the center catches that water as well and creates shade.
And they like that water.
Oh yeah, bald cypress. If you go to the Wolf River, I mean, they
how
literally
about
sit in the
Reelfoot?
swamp.
Don't get me started. Let's go down. There are also some blueberries in the making down here.
There are. This is the peak of the blueberry season, which has been extremely fun.
Well, what type of blueberries? They're all laden. What variety do you have?
We have a number of varieties. So blueberries thrive if you have multiple varieties for cross-pollination. So we have Climax, Tiff Blue, Premier. I think those are the main ones. And kind of a cool part about these is we planted 6 at the very front, probably the tallest ones when we first started the garden. But all of the rest, so these back 9 that we're actually right in front of right now, all of these came from a different community garden where they had them in a little too much shade and they were struggling, and we were able to dig them and get them for free and pull them here. And this is by far our most productive year, and it's really neat to see the kind of community sharing that happens when one garden's like, hey, these aren't doing well here, how about you take them? The other thing we do, you can notice the patch of comfrey here.
Yeah.
So this is comfrey all around, and I basically slash and drop this probably 5 to 6 times a year, if not more. And comfrey, because of its deep taproot, mines up nutrients and minerals from the subsoil that other plants and trees, even trees, can't get to. And so these have been in the ground for a number of years. Their taproot has got to be probably anywhere from 3 to 7 feet deep at this point. And so it benefits, I think, to have those around and just to constantly add those to the wood chips.
David, you know, I'm not a beginner, but I'm hearing all these things that are new to me. I can't imagine bringing inquisitive children out here from the 3 years up through the 6th grade, and it just is a wonderful thing to teach them that there's a world outside of the 4 walls.
Yeah, amen. And I would also say that, you know, even past 6th grade, having interns that are in high school, former New Hope students, the ones that are here working with me today picking berries, they have not only showed an interest, but they have been unbelievably hard workers, and their passion for the space and seeing them develop over time has just been priceless.
Well, look who I ran into. Hi, Darius.
Hey, how are you?
You have a job here, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're here to do it. What is it?
The whole alley, and in particular the butterfly alley.
Okay, this is the butterfly alley, and
Yes,
you've got pollinators
Yes,
of all
ma'am.
sorts in here, and they like all sorts of plants.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, educate us on some of them.
The first plant here is the hyssop. We also have the scarlet sage right here, and we also have a whole line of zinnias.
Oh, yes, look at all these different zinnias. I love that one right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, over here, what? Look at the bees working
Mountain
this.
mint.
Mountain mint. Oh, I see how many numbers. There is a hornet and a bumblebee
It
and
attracts all types
a regular
of different
bee.
pollinators.
Oh, that is very active. I don't really want to stand near you. And I know that, now this is
Honeysuckle?
just the regular honeysuckle. What do you see gets on that?
It's kind of like all the same because all the pollinators kind of congregate to one place. So they're
Yes.
just all over the place.
They say, hey, wait, he's eating something over there. I want to go get some of it, don't they?
Yeah.
So
They have plenty of places to go.
Yeah, so you weed and you clip.
Yes, ma'am. Weed, clip, water. That's the routine. Right here we have the butterfly bush, which attracts all different types of butterflies, and they're scattered all throughout the alley.
Their abundance shows how important they are.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Darius, I've got hopes and dreams for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that when you get past your high school, that the day's going to come when you're going to have your own family in your own backyard. And I do hope that you'll put all of this knowledge you've learned into that. And it was a pleasure to walk with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't even see any weeds.
Doing a good job.
Well, David, it's obvious your resources here come from everywhere. And you've put a lot of effort in, but you know what you put in now, you're going to reap.
That's right. That's right.
So with all of this abundance, how do you distribute the wealth?
So we have a number of different ways. During the school year, we actually are blessed to have a cafeteria manager who, bless her heart, does a wonderful job of taking the produce that I give her and being creative with it so that students are trying fresh produce. And we do a Try It Tuesday. So every Tuesday, our students know that there'll be something from the urban farm that they'll try. And that's a neat way to use the produce and have students, a lot of students who planted the stuff, try it in the cafeteria. However, we'll always have more than that to share, and so I'll set up a stand during dismissal. We call it the Pay What You Can vegetable stand. We don't have prices on anything, it's all just sharing the bounty. And so with the Pay What You Can stand, we'll have recipe cards, we'll have all of the produce that we have left over, and we'll set up right where parents are walking to come get their children. And so it's been a really neat thing to see over the years how many families have responded and how parents and grandparents now line up if they know I have winter greens, kale, Swiss chard, collards. That's been a real blessing. And then during the summer, which is always for a school garden, the tricky part, right, is what do you do with produce in the summer? We actually do CSA baskets for our families. So we identified 15 to 20 families that live nearby who come on every Friday. So we'll harvest berries, we'll harvest whatever warm season stuff we have and share with them and have it all prepackaged with flowers. So we share produce not only with our school, but with the community as well.
That's wonderful.
And they share plants with us, which is great. So we've gotten plants from all over.
Oh, it's just wonderful, and thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Come back and visit us anytime.
I will. I'll be back.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.